cocoa roast kwa 21 billion abrana munisika muditua obi it is 21 billion ni a car in 3 years or more crew year cocoa roast no it is buy first castle the tuasa can it says can get to friend to pharmacy kana. You people do all this moya sanima way now you commit this murder at cocoa board. I'm a cocoa board from now you driver force now you driver for now you driver for massa baby now you say baba you try my sabe rame wa ha no chance now you say obi you say you to petrol transport first ministry exchange mo complain you Sammy Ayeh who say show no o kasa na me more respect na ba na the discipline we ba ha this is indiscipline so you say this is gross indiscipline obi this is indiscipline obi this is gross indiscipline what kind of indiscipline is this is arrogance of power obi oh be mo kasa o mo bin kasa what contract we be so first class what be evidence arrogance of power
yamo bibia akwaba na yemfam bra mega TV and platform we eso ene Sunday yamo bibia happy Sunday Kwesi Botwey aid to Dr. Baumia na branche we ahomaso papa eban communication the wo sikasano ayana sebi eti akoma sansuna Dr. Sammy Ayeh onunso ye presidential communications in fact staffer okasa so ewo abankesiemu na oye NDC ni tatahwe de wa wesi atono boase agu Kwesi Botwey ni mase efa koko price ayeso atie a obi ti hono ma sebi Sammy Ayeh kasa na obi etwintware nenamu na obi edi questions etwintware nenamu na obi chese obi twintware nenamu obi mpeso obekasa obecheche niemamu but Kwesi Botwey sha se so kasa na obi jeje ho yes yes sanko na obi jeje ho obi jeje ni nsem na ho Dr. Baumia aid Kwesi Botwey but Sammy Ayeh make pointer na obi den etwintware na akwamu etwintware na namu enti obi beja hypocrite journalism kaban oni ni nua panyi kwabena sante enye wonwa se Canadian Japan ka chene nim sebu float yenko tiense ni bia badwinse mega me na me matena America mempe obi ase na mempe NPP ase minti America sa ba wanka sa tena se no tiense na obehu se total bias. In fact, this is propaganda in journalism. This is what NPP food soldier in journalism our friend who obi yenti se ni bi wa asempa FM ekosi senduma so mesro so what wa dwinchire betum na wa like this very video na wa share na foforo enyi bia hwe sansa hanom number 1 authentic platform yakupon shira na onka yenti se ni bi ko bebeto so President Mama yeah campaign o ka say 24 hours economy a largely private sector led one kasa o kan wasem or even private industries are omujidi say betimi abo ama 24 hours economy na koso ye ma a lot of packages energy packages ye can see kasem wasem exim bank no ye kan ema pi but there are also state institutions because of large customer traffic no we believe say yes 24 hours economy no wo ho na ebebo reduce ye can DVL wansem ye can passport office into reverend ka say 24 hours economy na de obi timi kwaje license anajo ye ka say obi timi obi kwaje license anajo papa na eboni de ye can say in order to enhance the system and delivery obi schedule sitimi mu anu mani ntimi nko DVL passport office during the day ebi anajo no bitimi akọ that was what we said. In fact, we read the bill now, there are sections of it that even talks about criteria private sector be a EGD say obey yes cano how are nesabekano what medium and whatever they are all in the bill. What you are saying into revenue and car set is limited to only state institutions and okay. I mean we can want some on many counts. You about pharmaceutical industry, you call manufacturing, you call extraction and what have you. In Zambia,
your understanding of the whole program, no. And to that make it count only some of the government institutions are Yayebi. That's the point I was trying to make. Obi, I believe you said this afternoon the Reverend Ayeh largely a personal attack on CEO of Cocoa Board. What can simpi? Me jidi say be a personally onya de open asem. Enunti no jidi say niema yekoso. But Obi now can say former CEO no de no ye farmer Obi masa a records near they come. Obi, there has never been a timer in 8 years. Nipa na Reverend say ono ye farmer no onim koko kuyadwuma no. What me picky Cocoa Board liabilities from 4 billion to 32 billion in 8 years. Or a farmer meboa. But the worst ever financial situation of Cocoa Board has been occasioned under his care. Onono mom no Reverend say onono ya de. On liabilities alone, look at what the man did to Cocoa Board. And no Reverend say ya de. Fine. Obi. Obefa Cocoa Board, now Cocoa Board was positive equity of 1.8 billion Ghana cedis. Obi, and now I know say Cocoa Board or negative equity of 3.9 billion. And no why you cocoa ni and no ye mon abaso why ya de me wa ono na say Cocoa Board sikasem. Obi nipa na yesu o Cocoa Board na onim oye kuani na ono no nim Cocoa Board adwuma onim kuadwuma no oya de o Cocoa Board no oko sign a contract so be deliver 786,000 metric tons of cocoa. Edu eche no was supply only just about 500,000, a rollover of 330,000. Ama a car beda ho abaye tua in the last 1 year by over 1 billion Ghana cedis. 45% went to me and deliver. Me wa Randy na Reverend say ono no nya de no. Dr. Randy Abena Reverend say ono no nya de no. Ono no within only 5 to 6 months will deliver 82% of the commitment. The oya de no deliver only 45%. But the onya de na deliver 82% with about 6 months more to go. Obi nipa no oya de no. You buy a syndicated loan of course you can have your doubt about it. Syndicated mama kasa Obi. Debbie. Oh say ono do a farmer. Na Randy the only farmer. Yes.
But one coin to
Obi. Ono to be fair to him, yes. But the analysis I want to make you understand is say the argument was that when you farmer now you don't need Debbie. Farmer now who can answer no. Reverend. Don't say okasa me di mama so me make me. But let me also make my point, Randy. Obi.
Yes.
Yeah, buy a syndicated loan over the years ya jeni na no. Then one particular year di Cocoa Board books in yenti benya syndicated loan forward sales na hon komo na ba abeye problem. Obi. Abeye problem a yetimi enka ho asem. Yetimi kan wasem Obi. Nipa na yeso oye cocoa farmer oya farmer nti odo akuafo no. International market prices and then over $9,000 to $10,000 now. Yeah, turn one bag be at 10,000 cities where Jamaica so no amount cocoa farmers 30% because another way farmer yeah one abaso 70% and 90%. You can make your argument, but the point is that there na Dr. Randy Abia in 1 year ebi modena 2 time crew mu a yeah can one some in a way man because for the 1 year pa be cocoa board Obi mameka asemi chore yeah can let's be honest Obi. And now I know say one of the main reasons it's here now pente about regarding Cocoa Board. Sena akuafo from October yenye den yentu omsika. Obi meboa 50,000 metric tons bi omo de cocoa na ma Cocoa Board. Ama ya mo check bo musika anye den embai. Obi is not it. And now I know say Reverend over 1 billion Ghana cedis has been released as at yesterday.
To LBC.
So. To LBC for all what?
I feel also
yes, has the money not been paid?
To the farmers? No.
To the LBCs.
Okay.
But say cocoa farmers from Baka or Jomsika.
Sure.
Is that not it?
Sure.
Eti ma abayin tuyana. Government has delivered on that promise. Say obetu ampa yetuya. Akase LBC CD or Musika be de bemono. But issue when you know it didn't start from today, Obi. It didn't start from today. You need a cocoa board, a jinan and naswa. In times of difficulties, in times of austerity, I was see no. Sa cocoa board bet me a jinan now so supporting cocoa farmers. Do we have that cocoa board now? No. Because Obi, over the years, syndicated loan I nim say afibia eba ultimedia projection. Ultimedia analysis, ekoton cocoa. Because when we say scan bed no, syndicated loan no. However, the difficulties I have or you may have a syndicated, it was coming. A DNC such a jamasi to pay anna in 1 year per syndicated loan ama acquire your cocoa financing mode and acquire more like cash and carry. Matters NPP 4 car forward sales once who acquire forward sales want me and deliver 45%. Because of that, Ghana Cocoa Board the lose credibility. Because who contract I will be quiet for forward sales no want me and deliver. The Owaka no soon is what's a Cocoa Board credibility? Cocoa Board Shaba on so how can you go and have a contract or any projection with anybody? Obeji where they say only a year contract I will be deliver.
Would that be the first time under Cocoa Board yenya rollover? The
first time I yenya 333,000, more than 50% I allowed.
But is it the first time yenya rollover?
Rollover the abai but the point is that the magnitude 45% deviation. Obianwa na say Ghana crack or bubble see country in a deficit to say okay you are 5%, 7%, okay. But okay. But say another company banana deficit here 30%. Obian himself this is not a serious country. The same thing has happened to Cocoa Board. Oti say Obi. What say Cocoa Board integrity? What say Cocoa Board sikasem? And then Cocoa Board as at 2016, not Cocoa Board net loss was about 200 million. And then Cocoa Board net loss 5.96 billion Ghana cedis. Net loss. Cocoa Board liability as of 2016 now 4.6 billion and now I'm looking at 32 billion. The Cocoa Board does not have the necessary muscles to cushion cocoa farmers in times of need. And not president mama or you in a cabinet meeting or say you're finding a new solution to Cocoa Board. You're raising internal cocoa bonds. You're financing Cocoa Board. PBC Ghana the crojing. You making sure say you better revive your money. You be more the major cocoa license buying company in Ghana, cocoa processing company. 50% of cocoa. President Mama say enda eti mo. Na omu ti me build your mo. E kai da Cocoa Board so a enu ti Cocoa Board book say nya omu nia wo de. President Mama say emu 4.35 billion we year for Cocoa Board so ama Rose Ministry. Te Rose Ministry ntia. A car Cocoa Board finance ministry where year for Cocoa Board so said be a Cocoa Board books in be clean now met him the IAB papa be a beboa. The very people who made sure says Cocoa Board na do baby I do sisiano are the people of Motenche to Boba Paxo. NPP4.
But all these issues that we raise as problems with Cocoa Board.
Yes.
At the time September 2025 when the cocoa price was announced.
Yes.
Initially 3,200 and something, later 400, Babeka money at 3,600. All these issues were there, but someone raised baby sir.
The point
when you were giving them that increment, Mama Yante challenges.
Obi, the point
why now?
Cocoa Board has always a buyer, Dr. Randy Abbey, why here a lot of interview. In fact, only cocoa farmers, and matters a reverend can say, Dr. Randy Abbey, no crying, only cocoa farmers. Only the number of engagements are Dr. Randy Abbey. Now, some picture now, Reverend can once said, not Yakunyamisu, not a half an annual cocoa farm.
Yeah, or take you over initially. Now,
why you be up to now, Gusu, yeah. Otiasie, Omo baby, almost say, you give the dog a bad name so that you can do what you can hang it. That is what Reverend has engaged in for so many, and many people because they have reservations with the man. But they also here as a CEO, oh yeah, Cocoa Board has always had issue here by can't want some until when this matter came. Obi, forward sales, Obi na make forward sales nasem. Share Obi. Forward sales na NPP forward sales. What really are they talking about? Also, me the kaka say, omo the apostles of forward sales. What were their results as far as forward sales is concerned? Because you see, a Cocoa Board no. Or on a buyer model, obi meboa buyer bi na ono wanya cocoa boy so niska od beto cocoa I just say buyer bi na so demand cocoa no the sikano po sa fa amre cocoa board or the directly to LBCs 50% of it meboa obi how can you look at this and go and project say obey for essence of this in any event NPP the worst forward sales ever in the history of Ghana Kwesi Botwey tia opa yano when international market prices and nam $6,000 and $7,000 no man go for sales of 2,600 says can come here proper projection what proper projections went into the fact say international market prices and nam $6,000 to $7,000 one kwa also we for sales of 2,600 arrangement be the cost projections be the cost to arrive at that figure when international market prices were doing about $9,000 to $10,000 no say no dem akoko akuafo for sales say no ye how did Cocoa Board benefit? They did give Cocoa Board the necessary muscle to even accrue some amount of money. So now cocoa farmers to even accrue some amount of money to make sure the Cocoa Board were day. Yeah, now almost 40 by 45%. When they were doing about 2,070 Ghana, not to go here 4,000. Wow, drag here for no. Oh my cocoa farmers 2,000, not to go my 4,000. That was the year smuggling. Of course, we meant to be sir. Projections no. What has happened over the last 8 years is the reason why Obi yejina baby edu akoko bo ntimi so kokwa akuafo.
But the
because anka Obi hold on. It is if Cocoa Board usual financing model no ewo so ewo ho de enim na aka forward say senko bia be akasa woka. The apostles of forward sales no mo nya only 55%. But they say one year forward sales na nya 82%. And we have people criticizing the system. Look, the point I'm making is that Kokwe Kuafo, President Mama Kasaka, Obi Uni say maybe I'm a few Eastern region. Yes, you cocoa pao. Otias, President Mama Kasa Swakabi. We respect the cocoa farmers. Ye domo. The omu ye na out of pain and frustration. Clearly understandable. But as a government, no, we have taken responsibility. And we have started processes to address it. The new Cocoa Board bill Christ Parliament say from eneko no sa bill no kwa afibia na yenya nemra 70% of FOB prices should go to cocoa farmers. President Mama ni tremu nya din.
I was going to ask
because this is the president oba ya niema pia na ha Ghana fo a tete Ghana fo fuel ho $1 ho $1 e-levy betting tax niema pi. This is the president that way you fi Ghana for. Why would this president suddenly decide to make to bring pain on cocoa farmers? That's not how it is.
Let me ask you this question. Yes. The way you are not sir. Despite all the challenges you've spoken about in previous years, this is the first time a baby 80 cocoa price. So after announcing an initial price for the crop season, it never happened in the last 8 years.
Yes.
Why now?
Obi, because this is the first time your usual financing modular a support for Cocoa Board. Government will have to bear the
that. That financing model started when?
Oh, that not syndicated loan set 2024.
And in 2024 was price reduced.
2024 says it was price reduced.
So I will say
now the new financing model was 2024-2025, and so it was just 4 months after NPP for free power. So we have had to bear the largest brunt of the new financing model.
How?
Yes, because but that's what it is. Because you see, I know some forward sales now cannot be quiet. Because cash and carry buy no or say books and yet you know your forward sales agreement crowd so untimi farmer and they say I mean sika na me pay me tonnage of cocoa and am the bread no atama me. How can you go and do a forward sales on this?
Now said the forward sales agreement no Randy mo take you over no Randy mo the remaining beans and also
and ama abaya boka over 1 billion Ghana cedis. Imagine says $1 billion Ghana cedis in that one. Anka cocoa obi ntimi so akuafo asene ya masaska ye maintaining baby e wo. Government had to cough up over $980 million, and you know about it. Over 235,000 metric tons of that quantity has been delivered. And Abaye had to bridge in with about $500 per ton. What you say? Saskawi, it has gone down the drain because of almost 4 sales. $1 billion in that one. Ankanya no ase eche gu so ama kokoo akuafo ama sa problem we.
So government took the option say they will not do forward sales or more spot sale.
Yes.
Spot sale then so no you have to study the market and see it during the bullish period. Now when price not hit you now then you sell. That was missed. In anticipation of a proper price, when the price dropped, boom, and the problem was
Obi.
How do you explain it?
I'm saying that there are two financing models. Is that not it?
Yes.
So also forward sales
and
sports price.
Sure.
You see, our forward sales. Now I've told you why that forward sales need to be cost.
Sure.
Into government in your day. I've made this question. Yes.
But that's what I'm saying. That's sports, you know.
Yes.
It's a choice government has made.
Yes.
And that choice, there's what consequences. The consequences is what we are facing now.
That's the point. But I'm saying that a new system has to be couched by government.
Okay.
And not a president mama koye hu meeting on any cabinet minister the aba.
It's our new system.
Yeah, new system aba. Ebe ma cocoa board ejina ye in times of difficulties. Cocoa board wait me aso akuafo asene. Amani metimi akoye. Eti Ghana for every right to express disquiet, to express every concern about the issue. Memeti ameni nje ho. But na metete comment from NPP 4 because of them yabedu baby e do no. It is a major issue. Say cocoa board, all cocoa board financial strength and muscles ye depleting no. In only 8 years I'm a cocoa board. Edawa akwete say nipadua don penim. It means so be asene. Ono ankasa ntimi nsi abontin kotokoko bi just obi discover no. I don't think say that's the conversation we want to have. Mate say obi a minute. Kwesi Botwey say na enti president mama ne madam Lodi na omutimi da na cocoa farmers. Hey, Kwesi Botwey. Now we grow 2023 eba. When pensioners are omwambo who brade omusika koto bond. Emma we do Mercy Death HM program. Oji omusika no kwa de obi over 100 billion. 1 million people. And you got the effrontery to come and campaign in the 2024 election. Mudi e-levy buy man go chahu cake. Moya banking sector clean up. Enu de mutimi die Kwesi Botwey. What I say, Obi. I mean, the hypocrisy is too much. I know, say, because after a massive electoral defeat, NPP 4% almost stage another comeback using this cocoa matter. But I phone in Mobi. Wednesday, me NDC 360. No?
Yes.
Me play videos. Be these are cocoa farmers. I almost share because also among they saw it coming. SAO. The moment international market prices are back from one cocoa board current financing model use. They knew say a from, but they are even happy. Say president mama says 50,000 tons now can obey you under the normal price. Now going forward, no, they are okay. So bet you 70% of FOB price. So the ordinary cocoa farmer see no, and yet 10 years cocoa farmer no or say a buy see. They know what is going on, and they know the difficulties cocoa board is going through. What you say, and we are committed to making sure say the cocoa board and what they beside the aba nya build the cocoa processing company, ya build the produce buying company, ye a kai that cocoa board so no ya chama some ministries so that be a cocoa board no be high no na cocoa board that me general na so ama in times of need no cocoa board that me support cocoa farmers. That's the whole point I'm making.
Okay, but cocoa board is a state company.
Yes,
by extension it is the state.
Yes,
you are saying said the state is not in a condition of it maso cocoa farm.
Oh, na say can't say na say as I'm making the state has supported cocoa farming by making sure say even the debt on cocoa board year film so some of them.
But you are saying said because of the situation as state
because cocoa board is a central entity. Omoni cocoa farmers they deal it directly. So if government extends support to cocoa board, it's the same as government and obi. So 1 billion yeah me can once a year. Yeah, the bridges are all over government. So it's a direct financing from state. And this 150 million yeah deputy finance minister it is direct support from state. So it's still ties in.
My lawyer na me science wa ba mo hobio. Lawyer inti from the analysis ad hoc no meaning say for more as the immediate past government on this matter there, you have absolutely no credibility to even talk about cocoa because of baby amodi cocoa board could see
Obi Medase on say Sammy Ayeh kasa for 28 minutes okasa ni am yedin Reverend so kasa mi yedin so I expect say me beka say
Obi abedi
Obi yeah, se politicians nya akwanya na se ye betena radio so na ye kasa na se asemaba na asem no efa owu ene nkwa ho a se na medi kan na ye hu se na ebesi di enkomo Obi asem na aba no a man for livelihood any lives ho asem ne ye kan aban a mobile mode saa oyene konana abebetu koko ekuafo so yi nka obo menu edin wo ka so free presidency communications. I was expecting some buy no their chelper ene kasade ene be ka kire akoko for farmers a omutie yen ene anwumre Cocoa farmers are on Mokasa, ya or reporter ma on your Mokasa. I was expecting some called the Casade. Any a chopper never more say.
So catch almost a bind to your condition.
Obi me baho. I was expecting some called the chopper. So what you be condition I say doesn't necessarily mean you are apologizing for state adini panakum. Obi cocoa farmer situation mo way. Not to see a share video back be a producer and me say ya kasa ni muna obo. Cocoa farmer be over 95 years. If we say she also, it kwan 56 years over 10 hours about cocoa house one crime. Say a much o community no. Oba ifra etutu ne kente aba bejina cocoa house. Plead say cocoa board enye bibi mfa. Oba betena ha. And aban na atwemu no. And aban na atwemu no. Aban na atwemu no. Me pa cho mo ba be mu no. Over a year nie. Obi over a year nie. Now I'll touch briefly on the past of cocoa board, nothing about the current. Obi, the point and the fact is that NPP, here by 2017, na cocoa board for Ejayeka $4.75 billion. Or the bagan the sikanima 19 billion Ghana cedis. And then the car NPP are buying about 2 years in 2017.
I told you, sir, in the company's 2016-17 balance sheet, Oshaswa, there is nothing like that there.
No, but Obi, from the handing over notes and so Yansu Yenyaye from Cocoa Board in 2017, it reflected say Cocoa Board was in debt of about 4.75 billion
US dollars.
Yes, US dollars, and largely largely had to do with cocoa rose car.
Obi balance.
Say unim say Obi a car Cocoa Board and the NDC no cocoa rose by a kind of largely free
and then they
four latter part no the cocoa rose by but largely NDC for na Obi in some Dr. Sammy Ayeh akania I don't even want to go back, but the fact is that yeba NDC for babemi NPP ja almost $500 million in cash out the Ghana International Bank account in London. As a time a year free abemu 7 January 2025 no na $500 billion cash was our bank account million dollars cash was our bank account in ebium honorable to force my yeti say cocoa revenues in kwa omenya where in his pre-budget statement no say cocoa revenues in kwa omenya as at April 2025 was close to about $1.8 billion between January and April 2025 cocoa revenue or metimenya in total no say okaboma not just say close to about $3.9 billion. Obi what you say now the point is that second way so see you go cocoa board. The point is that where is their money? Obi member me person me try throw into where NDC manifesto. Oshe page 49 paragraph 3 the cocoa sector. President Mahama says Oba be prioritizing investment in the cocoa production over wasteful administrative expenditure to improve the livelihood of farmers. Me pa cho medical catch us aban we buy ye. Omosi cocoa board ho kire no. Sesa mini Sammy Ayeh king. Ye fa ne say asem okania granted without admitting. Say nsem okania ye no kra. Obi na se cocoa board ho kire na. Cocoa board ni score di be ma ekuafo no nanso wo scout di be top pickups 100 ama cocoa staffers. Pickups bako 100. Na pickup na bia $100,000 100 ye saying. Cocoa board say no ho kire no. Oni scout di be ma ekuafo no. Nanso wo sika o de beto Land Cruisers twin turbo engine bako 4 bako bia close to $250,000.
Yeah, but the CEO has explained sir
Obi
for operations.
Obi it is not Obi with all due respect it is not about whether or not the company has to run or the company and once they running. Sammy Ayeh see the cocoa board was in debt.
Yes.
Obi who say cocoa board here o papa company na say Obi take you over as cocoa board CEO na se nkrofo ye adwuma ma papa company cocoa board ne kosoro no omo kire omo a wodi cocoa fo sika no be kwa koto Land Cruiser say for wo operations a ode co nationwide tour into here twin table Land Cruisers for obi would you do that? That is wasteful administrative expenditure. Clearly the omo promise here and the omo here no are clearly two different things in their manifesto. But what you say because their manifesto no so be prioritizing cocoa farmers no livelihood no omo sitting in. But today what are we seeing? We are seeing the opposite. And ye nyanti say cocoa board CEO ni fiote. Yakoye renovation peche udru hono ma oho heaven and next peche. Ya catch say baby asebe ne criminder akoda hokura beda ho because hono me kama obi enti insema ye kan ya na yesi se cocoa board ho kire na se cocoa board ho kire na sika na mode kototol Land Cruisers 4 ne pickups 100 ne saloon cars keka hono onka mbetimi dia makoko akuafo na mana ye obi insema Dr. Sammy Ayeh abetena ha Kenya na NPP na NPP yesi NPP yes and your money na ya anti cocoa akuafo sika so obi never in the history of this country ena esi da say aban bia ba wati cocoa akuafo sika so se sika cocoa akuafo botom no o mate so na obi you see penny bi netina se ka na asem say penny bi netina se ka asem say the first problem of your life is your mouth. Enti we ase say won pese obenya asem a kawanu tum NDC for opposition then omo ka kire cocoa akuafo omo ka kire cocoa akuafo say President Akufo-Addo emo omo 3,100 in 2024 so time na edwa manso no $3,600 per ton. Na se sika ne de mo 3,100 Ghana cedis no ye wi omo ye krono e kalabule ye tutu omo botom enti so mo ba ba mu a obo be ma cocoa akuafo no 7,000 Ghana cedis and I say 6,000 Ghana cedis. Obi, I have a publication here ora ato forcing and e ka ho asem say I will raise the cocoa I'll raise the price of cocoa from 3,100 to 6,000 per bag in my capacity as finance minister. Atu forcing. This is Atu forcing speaking. Pacho ni die matenda ma. Ubeti makaya mobi atibi.
Anyway, Ghana where?
Me pacho kaim for
Friday, 10th January 2025.
Absolutely. That time na this na ababem.
Yes.
Sa pepepe. That time ni aboni din as finance minister designate.
Into Isaac Appiah say I will raise the price of cocoa from 3,000.
Isaac Appiah na news reporter.
Yeah, on our news reporter on our true story no. From 3,100 to 6,000 per bag in my capacity as finance minister. I say as his first act in office, newly appointed finance minister Honorable Ato Forsen has made a daring pledge. He declared his plan to increase the cost of a bag of cocoa from 3,100 to 6,000 Ghana cedis. The goal of this action is to enhance the quality of life for cocoa farmers and strengthen the industry that makes a substantial economic contribution to Ghana. Quote, cocoa farmers are the backbone of our economy, unquote, Honorable Forsen stated while addressing stakeholders. It is time to give them the compensation they so well deserve for their work. Raising the price to 6,000 Ghana cedis per bag will improve their standard of living and encourage additional funding for the industry. Farmers who grow cocoa all around the nation have expressed relief and hope. Western Region farmer Kwame Mensah stated, quote, this rise would enable us to better our farms and provide for our families after too long of struggling with poor pricing. Some financial experts, however,
we dey order my mean but because of time ne tofa bomu ni akire say Honorable Minister to forces say cocoa akuafo na 2024 President Akufo-Addo aban and NPP aban. Okay,
hold on, this part is very important. Okay, Indiosen must make sure that the national budget can maintain this pledge, even though it is wonderful news for farmers. According to economist Dr. Mary Opong, a financial imbalance could result from improper handling, particularly if cocoa prices change globally. The public was reassured by Honorable Forsen that the administration has a long-term plan to enact the new price. Quote, we have thoroughly examined the data and we are certain that this choice is both feasible and essential, he clarified. The success of our cocoa industry depends on our farmers. Even when some experts express doubt about the
say German so problems bit my background or say the abiding him the ombeya omobema cocoa equiafone sister, which means the 6,000 cedis per bag was non-negotiable. This is Honorable Atuforsin speaking in January 2025. This is an Obi Wakaina. Now, Oka san semni ni ewie ye say NPP for near ball mo krono ye to bottom ni sadian. Ne German so $3,600 per ton. Dr. Sammy Ayeh Chantrobi was be me say wadua nkoso. Dr. Sammy Ayeh made an inaccurate and false statement. It's a false statement. It's an untrue statement. Say under NPP abaimono na cocoa a bono on the world market it me could do by $10,000. Near be make you afford 3,100 Ghana cedis. But what you now want? Good. On record, the cocoa price on the international market per ton has never reached $10,000 before 2025. It hit the highest record of $10,000 in January 2025, and that was in the last 50 years. After na cocoa bought the highest cocoa price per ton on the global market was $3,600 per ton in between October to December 2024. So if anybody per ton, yes. So if any
under the 8 years of
administration, yes. And if anybody comes to make the claim, say, oh, I don't mean the American. If anybody comes to make the claim, say, under President Kufuor, na cocoa owe German so $10,000 per ton. It is an untrue statement. Obi, it is and you can fact check me. It is an untrue statement. But just what the American say, cocoa no, the record that cost was in January. And in a course in January, no financial forecasters, no economists, Ebekachi Abayani say $10,000 now cost no engine honum because after never see that we are sinti there a beba form. But Abayani we can NPP for ye we now yenhwe data ni because of time I start from 2020. NPP aba no na cocoa near 515 Ghana cedis per bag. In 2020 make far from your second term now. And your difference are 515 Ghana cedis, ne cost 660 Ghana cedis per bag. Make a second term 2020.
Hold on. You have to contextualize it. 2017 na 457.
Correct.
And I'm maintaining 457 for 3 years. 2020 na about 515. And then you got to and I'm back in 2021 in the Twaso from Onionko.
Yeah. Send a mechanic, send me make from 2020 because I make from buying the second term because of time. Yeah. 2020, the 515 equals 660 Ghana cedis per bag. That was a 28% increment. Yeah. In September 2023, the 880 Ghana cedis equals 1,308 Ghana cedis per bag. In April 2024, the 3,308 Ghana cedis equal 270 Ghana cedis per bag. And in latter part of 2024, send a market a world market in a cost sometime in October. No,
yes.
The 2,070 Ghana cedis per bag equal 3,100 Ghana cedis per bag. NPP are buying free and buying so na scorecard in ye. In as much as because na cocoa board in challenges, cocoa board were problems, and this is the scorecard to the cocoa farmer. Sa 3,100 Ghana cedis and na cocoa kweni over 1 million population na Ghana ha kosa like us sa 3,100 Ghana cedis no. Eswa because not the alternative government NDC for President Mahama ni atofo se assure mo say omoba 6,000 Ghana cedis to 7,000 Ghana cedis. And cocoa for on 7th December 2024 sa lie e ka say 7,000 Ghana cedis there e so 3,100 enti e kwakwo to Obama President Mahama Obi that was the offer. NDC for the money, there was an acceptance by the cocoa farmers. It created some legal obligation. You are a lawyer. You say a social contract. What are they doing to the cocoa farmers? Not only say NDC for to mean to 3,100 now NDC NPP for the Jahono. Almost about 2,587 Ghana cedis. And Abayana was say a criminally managed economy. No. Abayana President Mahama say Abayan is made up of Sebe Kalabule for Akronfwa ye real mine criminally managed. That government was able to pay the cocoa farmers 3,100 Ghana cedis per bag. Nene Abayan was managed by angels and also above one. And then you cannot even pay the 3,100 Ghana cedis per bag. Obi Abayan is made up of a bunch of liars.
This government is made up of a bunch of atrofo, and therefore, as a citizen, I feel very alarmed and I feel very threatened. Say, me trustee buying of the day, because a government or can say in January or what? The finance minister in January 10, finance minister so be mako for 6,000 Ghana cedis. 1 year down the line, February 2026, the same finance minister now some by a press conference say Koko for the say near be 2,587 Ghana cedis. Obi in that Bennett say. Yem pese ye no benya wantu bia asema ye nia ye kan say we are solidarizing with the ordinary cocoa farmer cocoa ekuafo ne che omo ya wase ye ti asese cocoa ekuafo no mu wu. We understand their pain. We are calling on the government say omo tua cocoa ekuafo no kasa ne doso obi kasa ne doso mo se NPP abaye nye na Ghana fo agitum no mo say like koto abeti a NPP etifie NPP for it is not Dr. Bawumia's job to pay the cocoa farmers. It is not President Akufo-Addo's job to pay the cocoa farmers. It is not your former agri minister Honorable Bane Champion's job to pay the cocoa farmers. It is President Mohammed the NDC's job to pay the cocoa farmers. So pay them and stop talking. Obi, the talking is becoming too much. Atamdi diane also pay the cocoa farmers. Obi, now him. Obi, mami you will free. Obi, mami you will friends. I'm losing my touch. Respectfully. Oh, Sammy Ayeh and Wadarama. No, stop it. O kasa na me tie di me interject me. Obi, Wadarama. Ma men kasa asem. Obi. Now him say cocoa asem Ayeh kan ho asem ni 50 October. Ebesi February. Until Lendra or my press conference, I feel buying sackets can be released cocoa farmers for the past 4 to 5 months. Now, cocoa afford cocoa cratch and I'm more chat and I say receipt. For the past 5 months, when you say buying into a cocoa for nekai. Into the interesting thing is then the painful thing here is that cocoa creating or didn't cocoa cratch and now or expected 3,600 Ghana cedis. And then or the cocoa na koma buying a real, a buying a gin cocoa near real. If you are buying say 3,600 ne kura e be a problem. Yeah, but until recently advocacy no cause one na buy ne ka say o de amodiama yendada ne de ye be mia ni to 3,600 now going forward ne de 2,587 Ghana cedis na beka obi unim say ye ko di bronya kokko ekuafo intimen di bronya ne bi aye nia ne ni age a sebe eye year of festivity a ye ni age kokko farm intimen di bi New Year cocoa ekuafo intimen di bi adentia because aban bi aba 5 months on tua cocoa ekuafo kai obi asema make I feel so pained in my heart and me ya then me ya bro so kra ne say obi people are dying obi me cocoa ekuafo no mo frame me the cocoa scholarship na course secondary school I was St. Martins. Everybody can go and check the records because me uncle you one of the biggest cocoa farmers Tiwa West eti me nya cocoa scholarship cocoa bursary and me de call secondary school so I have every duty say cocoa ekuafo ho kire omo a make be me uncle no and no a diabetic patient and not Etiwa Iresi obi on name Etiwa West honum ni bia nim Iresi ukokuma se kwan so oti Iresi obi a diabetic patient 3 days ago me ne kasai o ka tell me say asem na ekoso na ye tinkran ya kaka dia ye pese ye keka bia no minima ho kire dia bakro ni so a enya ho kire ketwa obi okaya ka say it may sound funny but okaya ka say omukọ eyiye kura kokọ ekuafo ntimi mbo ansawa because ahokyere aba beto kokọ ekuafo so because o say ebi nsida say aban bi beba aban no ebeka say kokọ sika ede mo omo no yate so o say ebi nsida efi say ne so ti ya oye kokọ ekuayo ebi nsida na say ne moye no troka mo dade ekuafo mo bu ekuafo afaso mo ye omo azakala bule 419 waga dre darega na say kan wo say NPP aban na yeye NPP aban na eti akonya ne so obi NPP aban na eti akonya ne so aban we omo ye nkrofo omo kan nokre
na me be question my question is because cocoa trade no essentially buying and selling to beto no akwa tom if the world market price no at a particular level and you're a lawyer, you know the name of that principle. You cannot give what you don't have. A buying into me and tono. A boy, no never world market. What were you expecting?
Obi two things that are my response here. Two things. Yes. They we're in this country. yare bi by a friend COVID-19 say be President Akufo-Addo ne call baby no koye boni bi ntin ne COVID-19 ba Ghana ha ya ka say yare esi wiase afanye ni na ya santi krom ha na BBC ye friend Russia ne Ukraine for kokonto kwa ya ka say wiase afanye ni ope kro ba ko moma ye fango pa Ukraine na Russia na essence o mo konto kwa nti wiase US de taboa to Russia for so say ntimi nkoto fango mfi Russia biom nti ama fango boa ye den wa Ghana ha den NDC for ka kire omo ka kire say Russia Ukraine war no any impact bia wa Ghana economy President Mahama Kebi President Mahama na Kebi me patcho radio Russia Ukraine war nsi o Russia Ukraine war nsi e enti kokko akuafo no omo mfa ho ni global impact o obi me personally I care less about global impact. What we care is that you pay the cocoa farmer. Simple as that. 587 Ghana cedis. Obi in trouble net say where a court assembly and the court and a breach of promise. Where fundamental breach. Obi a buy no you see about Obi in all of this now. It is clear to me say a buy no one umbu Ghana for. This government umbu Ghana for. A buy we no on cano cray. Abai ne kaso obey tuntuma no ayekoko. This government is not a government you can trust. Government we fiti penino tesoro no go see the last person ene Sammy Ayeh mu nya ye nkrofo a no omo no kredie wo fom. Obi omo no kredie wo fom. Omo be ka kire o se ye be ye o se e dada amanfo akoto aba ma. Ene oba ye no o ye otherwise. Obi me de me ma me kasa anwa. Okay. Obi me ma me kasa anwa to the point say the American yan say this government should pay the cocoa farmers because now there's a concern say buying we actually that was largely no baby a cocoa will be a good wo largely over Western North region gold wo pa Ghana hope baby a gold wo pa Western North swa mine that there so enti and this our wing areas honom no gold wo pa also na cocoa wo pa Ashanti region okosa formina enclave dance enclave no ma cocoa wo pa gold so wo pa oboase ne sa nyama ninya enti na oba eastern region so a ofa 81 west 81 east sa area so no so a koko wo gold wo pa na obi say the consensus amanfo making say abai radio ye nia no dey frustrate koko akuafo na so that the cocoa farmers will give us their will give up their farmlands no menya kwan ama the enablers of this government omo MCs near the ado mututu Galamsey no akotutu Galamsey with the various cocoa farms but the person sure mo say the person I assure me say okasana meti Dr. Sammy Ayeh respectfully okasana meti Obi
when you make that
I am not the one saying it. I am not making the allegation. The cocoa farmers are making the claim say government is frustrating them. And they have the suspicion that government is frustrating them because government wants to take up their lands for Galamsey. That is what the cocoa farmers are saying.
No, but that's
now one person will be frustrating cocoa farmers now. Are you not aware? Are you not aware? Say the MC at President Akufo-Addo Krom, Achime Buakwa has been fingered in Galamsey. Are you not aware?
Fingered by who?
By the court of competent jurisdiction to the extent say you are finding no. Are you not aware? Say the constituency chairman for Memphis Central has on radio, sister station, Kesben FM. As in the MC, President Mahama appointed on A2 Galamsey. Are you not aware? Obi, are you not aware?
But would that be a fact for you to
lawyer? I have given you 2 instances where 2 MCs are involved in Galamsey. So what else do you expect me to do?
Obi,
so the point I am making is that Obi, abayin oye the oye nia or the eye nia economy ni nia is anchored on gold. Say ordinary yarding. So once it's anchored on gold, baby a gold in so wo mo be to gold no ho no mo koko ni si ho.
NPP solution.
Ejina say na ye benya opportunity etu gold no. Agi say mo koko ni etwetwa free ho. Na ebe de ne yamamo etwetwa mo koko ni free. O de ebe mo etwetwa mo koko ni free ho ne say abai esika na abai dada ne de mamo no. They say ye buy ni aba beti say esika ne so.
40 minutes so.
Ye aba beti so by close to 1,000 Ghana cedis. Obi the cost no eya asefem. Initially me bahan Obi me more time but na me Obi wada o de me de manusi. Obi de me de manusi no. Obi Sammy Ayeh Obi jai de aye. And this is your second opportunity Abeka san. Oh yeah me 1 minute me de be respond personally. Inti me nyesa ade no. Oh yeah fine gentleman don't do that. Obi asema me kan say me di kan me ba ha me ka say me koko asem me fan be your politics.
Yes.
Because my uncle I no share me and me cause ko ye bedridden cocoa farmer. Okay. My uncle is suffering. He is in serious difficulties because of enyoma we ya aban edi ababegu for me. Enti ye pa aban ya cho. abai ni sika no de kwakoto private jet ne yesre abai onjai private jet ne to no fentua kokko akuafo ne ka Endra Jubilee House emma e Ghana he nia mampani for NDC MPs NDC ministers e wo Jubilee House ye say ndo mo ye program wo Jubilee House e ye party wa bra kokko akuafo ye ma menum esu ye nananom esu omo ye National Women's Day ben invite artists be ball live band wo Jubilee House no na tere say de ekọ no ye nti obi a syndrome no e na ebe biom no nti obi me de manusi no mesre omuntua kokko akuafo na kokko fo ni wu kokko fo ni wu obi kokko fo ni wu. What we are saying is that they should pay the cocoa farmers obi the NDC government, President Mahama's government should. It is not Dr. Bamia's job to pay the cocoa farmers. It is the NDC's job to pay the cocoa, to find money and pay the cocoa farmers obi yeah can say yeah ba you be making sure say you be study global trends no obi one of the fundamental problems I think the Reverend the Council Assembly, which is very true. Once a cocoa board no ko hono ma ye wo trading room and that trading room no ye expert or mutimi forecast say in January na cocoa price per ton on the world market $11,000. However no in February na $10,827,000. And you should say that neighbor from now in March about close to $8,000. Until they are able to forecast say let us by August October no market in the back crash about $5,000 $4,000. Nko for we ba mu no mo say nko for no mo yes adwuma no mo forecast no mo NPP for no mpamo mo free o no mo for mo party for buy o mo party for no mo di o begu on o mo nti trading na say enti na ye wa ha. It's one of the major reasons why we are here. Enti na we busy about the spot pricing na time na cocoa bo wo soro na adenti na buy I'm announcing no mo adwene say a 11,000 na about 7,000 by April May no my journey say na be san ko 11,000 bio into mo twen and cocoa board on the world market $2,800.
See saying so higher Sempa FM lawyer Kwesi Botwey Jr. Dr. Kwesi Botwey. Hey. Dr. Sammy Ayeh and a lawyer Kwesi Botwey. And I'm quite sober. Okay, that's fine. And there a prophetic announcement and my that's it. We say Obi, Russian-Ukraine war is still severe today. Over 200,000 homes cut off from electricity. Hopes in Yaovi Adoye and Odiwe Abba. Anyways, we say Obi, under a stable constitutional democracy, any government which is obsessed with passing blame to its predecessors and seeing imaginary enemies at every turn can only be regarded as paranoid. And paranoia and its psychiatrists and paranoia, as any psychiatrist will tell you, is a consequence of lack of self-confidence and the inability to cope with realities and challenges, unquote. His Excellency Professor J.E.A. Mills, NDC Manifesto Launch 2024 in Kumasi. What was true back then remains true today. My brother Sammy Ayeh is too comfortable, so he cannot be bothered because presidential staffers' pay has been increased by more than 300%, while cocoa farmers wallow in abject poverty. I won't blame him and the managers of the sector, but President Mahama, who politicized cocoa prices. We are still waiting for the 6,500 Ghana cedis he promised the farmers. Brian Boabain Samuel. Obi, in fact, Kwesi Botwey is perfectly right. I really like his style of communication. These NDC communicators must be humble and be careful when they are talking about sensitive issues like this. The arrogance is too much. Gusty man, Brikum. Obi, please tell the gentleman that the new financing model is 80-20, meaning the buyers advance 80% to the LBC through Cocoa Board, and then the 20% later after shipment has been effected and documents sent to the buyers. This model started at 60-40 in 2024-2025 season and 80-20 under the current 2025-2026 season. Nicholas Arthur and Odiwe Abba. Obi, I am not an apologist for the Cocoa Board CEO, but the farmers' engagement and and consultation Reverend Charles is talking about is already being rigorously done by the Western Regional Minister, Honorable Joseph Nelson. A case in point is a meeting with the cocoa farmers at Enyinase Santaso, Western Region, in my backyard 2 days ago. Notwithstanding, I strongly disagree with the reduction of the cocoa price. The least that the government of President Mahama could have done to assuage the situation was to maintain the old price of 3,165 Ghana cedis. We say, Obi, my problem is the loud silence of TUC, especially the Public Sector Workers Union and CLOCSAG, on the reduction of cocoa prices by the government. What would have been their posture if Nanado had reduced the salary of government workers as a result of COVID? Today, it is about poor farmers, so they don't see the wrong in it. But they should know that the memory of the dead is a lesson to the living. Okro yeboa, ewo Breman Benin, ena Odiwe Abreye. On this ongoing cocoa board brouhaha, amidst picketing and others, all I can say is making agric economically viable, lucrative and attractive to the youth especially, is one major way to regulate the Galamsey menace and its looming repercussions. Instead, the usual politics of equalization and blame game, government should focus on its promises made to the Ghanaian people. Jomo Pokwase Festus Ena Odiwe Abreye. Obi, good afternoon. The unprecedented cocoa price reset is fast becoming a security concern. If care is not taken, it could grow into a monster that tends to hunt us. Since the establishment of the Ghana Cocoa Board in 1947, there has been no downward review of the cocoa producer price until this year under the leadership of Randy Abbey. My good brother Obi, tell me if you have a cocoa board CEO who sits in a tear rubber swivel chair instead of kitchen stool. Why wouldn't the cabinet of an entire country convene an emergency meeting only to review the cocoa price downward? When leadership loses the smell of cocoa on its boots, the farmer becomes the one who pays for the perfume. Wow. When leadership loses the smell of cocoa on its boots, the farmer becomes the one who pays for the perfume. Kweku Noah, popularly known as village secretary, or Nyametiase Ejumako Ekutuase in the central region and Onodiwe Abreye. We'll do second round. Mede software besha se ba we say Obi. Good evening to you. Wait. Okay. With the COVID pandemic and dollar at 14 Ghana cedis and all the challenges the Akufo-Addo-led government faced, a bag of cocoa was a whopping 3,100 Ghana cedis. Without any pandemic and dollar down, fuel down, government is paying 2,508.87. Honorable Atoforsen cannot pay what he promised the cocoa farmers. Obi, if you don't have anything for your in-law, don't rob them. Bennett A. Danso, Osio Ayawaso, Ganoff. Obi, please ask these two questions for me. I want clarity. Were the cocoa farmers given a guaranteed minimum price at the start of the season? Yes. What's the meaning of guaranteed minimum price? Is the guaranteed minimum price to be reduced during the cocoa season? That's the $1 million question. EK Somua Yeboa Ewo Pokwase ena Onodiwe Apa. Obi, please. Okay, let me see. Obi, ask enter the Forestry Commission. What is humility? Was Jesus whipping people in the synagogue and an act of humility? Reverend has personalized the issues. Okay. Enti Obi, Randy Abbey exhibits another level of managerial indiscretion on account of Section 9B of the Labour Act, which mandates the employer to pay the agreed remuneration except statutory deductions or deductions agreed to by both parties. You cannot put out a statement with the view of reducing the public servant's salary without pre-agreeing with them. Obi, even if they engaged them and the workers did not agree, the deduction should have been mute on account of the Labour Act. Junior, Ewa Tantra Hills, and Odiwe Abraying. My memory of Hosofo na yenshe any other issue apesa utachi.
Before I make any other issues, no. My question back on Gusu Bisa said, even NDC and the Yakase no more opposition. And the NPP for taking this decision. Come obey saying, Cadeno come back. I don't know if you want. Say, I say, yet truthful to ourselves. Say, pass NPP for our power. And say, for the first time, you are Tiko Sikaso from 3,100.
Yeah, 3,100 now, Mujao.
Yes. And the idea about 2,580 as well. And normally explanation we now about to jar. That's a simple thing.
Dr. Sammy Ayeh Troto.
It's your own say. Oh,
one thing that Mokano.
Agronom penny for say and friend you a cheer. Was said because I can't do a cheer. They didn't have an into the one tick agronom cranka. This an up among your son at here. Dear Cassa, moment careful. Call you number being Omocassa do. Omocassa do Ebina Bay. Mrs. Ne. All the explanations now, yes, me, dear baby, world market now. Obian who be Macassa Emma from. About from Ucasa Emma from a trophy. Nemon combat Tiasia. Senka Baya or Hono. Espenichi almost say and Katian combat Tiasiana. I'm not sure sanity. The moment in the credit and for my own. I still maintain. Say, say, I buy a what team and Fred cabinet meeting on an issue like this.
Yes.
So I buy an idea or two some day at Tuchene, and I'll tune a jemu, and our farmer said, because the president himself, no, a farmer, into himself, we are avoiding a tear, even though no be. There's a Sikado, into himself a queer day, a tear. And Timini is a president Mahama Kumamuno, or Pepper Sobey, a queer for Basabasa. But situation at the Abba. Situations will be we are your quite fast wedding. Ye cano. Yen shake quine papa a before of a canna make you avoiding a boy atomium. Obi. We will video be your graphic online. Na Medima Kwakuse, because a graphic online graphic and Moyino Mofidia in ye. But dear Galamsey, a cosway, no. Is a and they didn't na once in our from the encounter, but graphic what the video we have to her will be uncle me here. Airtime.
No, we can show and acknowledge them.
Yes, we'll
show and acknowledge.
Now, who has some maker because you know, or can't some because of your boat team granadine. I can't some. And you know, hear me pie in as much as say, yeah, cocoa once some and I say once some the eka. Cocoa do not answer quite him. Tia and Shenny ye and canny year. Or China could between your hiding, Abraham Cocoa na, ye won. Tea a buying and Shenny ye. Now on canny ye. Now, if you are number two, are buying a 2 of Galamsey home so. Are buying any Nanamomu. Now, a home comedian sign sorry beam because look as if saying comedian at of him. Obianka wants them being into because as if say a new beam. But my number because who the graphic for the top of pages. Me yamu shame.
I know say a heifer.
Or that river.
Or that
river, yes. A be quiet.
Asante
Bekwai, yes, Asante Bekwai. Jacobu, for Jacobua, that area home. I don't be able to travel. If I don't graphic in the Forest Commission for a one among call quiet.
Okay.
And I'm going to say the situation is here on one also. I'm just say, Obia the Babon Tia, a Bema Bayaki Cano. I mean, who say, as some I can't want some.
Video,
yes.
Thanks to graphic online,
yes.
And where kind can see graphic online in the river. No.
River no. Or the river no.
The river.
A river kesi pa.
Na work with that.
Of course. Me crojin. A river kesi me da hoye ofin any tunnel. Yes. So the river na a river pa. River kesi pa. Or the river ni kesi pa. Hwede ai. Tisa obi ti ba bi kase bia. Soon any atine ya na obo me say we graphic nyame me picture nyame photo nyame video graphic online enti gabe de nimra emra so be hu say okon no nye okon a sabe ye kase ye ja to ma akoda na mmiri bi asan den asan ba so ye ni bebe ahoso na ga na nsuo ni se ni kura kwaye no se nsuo ni wi okwaye ni makwaye ni obi it is because of nsuo ni nti na makwaye no da so ye fresh all the time enti e say aban mani hum ni so na enipa e ko tia you can say Galamsey no enso so ayiro hu ye in fact time a ye nua amaboa bena so say omaye river and forest areas you know on your permanent military zone.
Okay.
Into on be deployment. No on be deployment call afini me for manage pa because you need that deployment rank ho a obekoku no mom de ba obebre pa na minim dia asia still ministry of you can say lands and natural resource for etimi need that permanent deployment wo hwe se de oda asia ye we dey na wetim dey o dey on hwe enye yi ena yenti ase sa aban na wo no because aban da na yima bi o ya na o man man pedire yi umfio we cannot go back and blame the past government adwuma no omuntim anya ne yi ama manfo ntina manfo to oba den eyi umfio ena dey aban foforo den aba ayi dey gidie nyina a show munti we expect sa aban na betu ho na mom obi my second issue quickly maybe video show makwa kuso mfanto hwe mesre mampani bahama so na daroma said the order yam hihie free koko cabinet meeting no accident e organ ha e koso organ ha enim amanyuko enim politician enim osofo enim imam enim sikani enim ohiani enipa wu too much every day. I mean, obi ko eyaba, obi ko akwasa abusuan ba, obi ko akodidwa ba, obi akwa woma. Na especially asisa akonketenkete no. Ah, me kan wase no. Yes. I say enu achi kura no ba ko bi aba say friend cocoa price. Eye, enso na chi, enso akonketenkete chi. And this is
ya on freka no cocoa price. As ya teso.
And teso.
Titu sisi o.
Because and e ko ne say cocoa ye ba ko. Enti mesre omampeni
eni ka ba ko yan ko konketin
na ba ko cocoa price ko ni ateso tie ne nche na yema
obi na ba ko cross we friend Mahama Subai
na we ne see we accident we no
well me hu no social media so
akra kumase kwan so
na me so say akra kumase
almost say aprade just so aprade oh okay ish
no obi
akra kumase ne de
on keden no ba ko no on na o hwe se de enipesi wu a mesre omampeni adaroma omampeni John we say me pe wasem dodo omampeni frɛ na tuo ho anamo na niema esi edi gu akwan mu na yetimi save lives no obi ye fan save life de kan nyina chi ana utuka na se wantima kwan kodu fi a ni na ye kwa tumi ai free aban utuka pa cause of aban I pray for him all the time.
No for flight.
Say nyame kwa okwa nyame fa nambra. Na mo obi, wo hwe empanifo a afiri mu through accident. Yakase ye ka both aban sabio clergy any asikafo ne hono nyana edoso. Ye yin ko babia o menya statistics no but me hwe me kono me hwe accidents ahodo a esia. Fini nkodu babia. Ya anya careful. Ahekra last year they see about 2500 ni peni wu no. Anya na adoso. Die na nsi antia da bia ni pe wusa be fi se mre du se engineers no maka se road safety misre yam aban o mempani odaroma ba bia se utimi enforce o mo e kan se ehyem kina
yes
na oboa mo mutimi ba bi gina brane aye enua be ma na o ne friends lawyer no lawyer amaleba na say be collaborate with national service on collaborate with the police kwa be faso a enye chichachiche ye ne enua nan ma o na makwantempon so eden ebe kasa and I think that time adu say sa akon kitingiti we no ye be ban ne o free say on be travel from Accra to Kumasi, from Accra to Cape Coast, from Accra to Eho any one no no cars ni kum nipa dodo obi na I don't know. And for what? Boxing, no. And I'm saying, Twitter is your friend free education. And I go for now to do. And see, if I'm about me, sir, near my window. Obi, as him here, woman say,
okay.
I thought that one year careful.
I don't know if I can't pick out to some Abacam.
They see what Okante.
Obi on from Akubi
Oh,
Bao.
you can't tell me.
Oh, the tank, get home. Number of cars, a share. Share number of cars.
Me sure say traffic check.
Of course. It's a winner and a boom, winner. Me when not woman back home. Was she a match as a young here? And ye, accident. Hey, idea. Me say a buying. I'm in a home. No man penny to me. You bet that was
better than us.
Obi,
Obi,
Dr. Ayeh,
the Reverend Akadina. Eya, dear President Mama.
Dr. Ayeh, over 10 minutes.
Or funny so serious.
Sorry,
Obi, I'm just over money too.
Oh, that
Obi, the Reverend Akadina feeds into President Mama division of Big Push.
Okay.
Say, Bema Ghana, Kwanya ye. Osha, wa lunch, wa ye many, wa shall say many Big Push roads. Ekoso. Wa him say Cape Coast to Takradi, Ekoso. Bridges are say Ekoso. Ofan cons and womi Ekoso. I mean Big Push project, you know them. A number of them. And the Reverend Akano. Idea.
Ofan cons and women a Big Push project.
Oh, but say Big Push President Mama 13.8 billion na Rose Mr. Car say President Mama MA to say road projects are ma sha say a ehun hia e wo se yewie no that amount of money ni be yi says can from na say
Big Push project in Tina I thought say
but have 30.8 billion is kind of free mutu a contractor and it was Big Push money. That's the point I want to put across.
But the project is not a big push
let
process.
me make my point.
It was a project.
Yes, that clarity. Into Reverend yate na mejidi se president so den hye be gu akwa mama niema akoyi Obi.
Sure.
Kwesi Botwey waka nsem pi na anye ni nan meeting ya no but key salient ones de me ya no.
They no credit so ntimi nya.
O say NDC for buy na cocoa board of $500 million bi wo international account bi mu a na e wo hold da o see
Ghana International Bank account.
Nti Obi na $500 million wo ho na $70 million of syndicated loan a car NPP for intimate ya no. Obi company be na $500 million on accounts mu a or the cash $70 million won't be into just a finance minister and a be bridge finances escano. And now people for 3 more than pint and sika sa na e wo ho no e car also obudi tua for cocoa board no mitimi tua na. What is the evidence of sika no? Kwesi Botwey ntimi afamba. Eno no ebia or rebati obitimi aka actually be bia na sika no da. Obi number 2 o say NPP for Babamu 2017 na cocoa board liabilities here 19 billion. Obi, I sent you the statement of financial accounts and as a balance sheet or more name finance here friend the balance sheet of cocoa board. Obi 2015-2016 na cocoa board liability here saying me dey send you. Na saying
into 2015-2016. Okay, 2015.
Na saying
total
liabilities.
Total liability. Yes, total liability. 4.429767. Into Obeka say
4 billion, 4.4, yes. 4.4 billion.
4.4 billion.
And how do you look at
Ghana City?
How do you look at the total liabilities of 4.4 billion and come and say 19 billion? You see, Obi, Koko asam na ye kano. Obi a wo kwan say obekere na adwen hu. And the Obi abeka bia no yeti ase ye gitum. Na yede be ye adwuma te se de President Mama aka se obeye no wa review restructure cocoa board te se directors no de de buy no. But the last thing we want to entertain na ya tro ne nsem a enye no kre a enim na cocoa board de ka 19 billion aba MPP buy no. The reason why MPP 4 years our communication is to create parallels, to create classmates wasteful expenditures and destruction of cocoa board because almost the 8 years about 32 billion ne abedu 32 billion into no it is acceptable say or say here because obi so they do 19 billion masa some na no kre enti give us a proof adan a handing over note. Why is that a handing over note? Evidence we me we fa any ho
a car na that way 4.429 billion.
Exactly.
Ghana City.
Enti enye 19 billion. Enti no enye no kre. Obi osanse o. The highest ever cocoa price na President Kufuor 8 years ni na no. The highest ever. Na ye 3,200 sasa no kan. Obi no enye no kre. I can tell you an authority. Say by December 2024 cocoa price shot up to about $12,000. In fact, the average of 2021 was 2,300. The average of 2022 was 4,400. The average of 2023 was 2,300. The average of 2024 3,200. The average of 2025 is 7,000. I can tell you, say Obi. Wait, news.
The average, no.
It's an average. Let me or see the highest, and I'm saying the average. Let me quite. Let me cost 6. Let me cost 7. Now back about 3. It will strike average now. Now be do. But or make a categorical statement say and do the highest ever was 3,200. And I'm saying no, no, because Obi CNBC News.
He should just have said average.
Yeah, true. Obi, the point I'm making is that way. Obi, where CNBC News? I'm report on. So on CNBC News, I'm reporting on March 22nd, 2024. So March 22nd, 2024. So cocoa prices do $9,000. Cameras in a way, any. I can tell you some months now cocoa price a bros how we know because Obi in April 2024.
Yes.
Now $9,000. Obi in June 2024, now 8,000. I can go on and on and on.
Okay.
NPP for hypocritical attitude as far as this cocoa matters are concerned. They say, cocoa prices do $10,000 maybe. I'm one bag by 10,000 Ghana cedis. Ushake for any more only 3,100 Ghana cedis. But we are no way to simply so criticize ya buy or no buy you or buy ya or say increase cocoa no from 3,100 to 3,600 until say these issues ever. It is our NPP4 position on this cocoa matters. It is very hypocritical because Moniema Amaya a weekend cocoa board. Ama are buying how to pump in extra money. And I me do baby I do Obi. The point I'm making is that the SCBR near Jitum Penny Force the Jawa near the Iden. Yeah, the Aswao. The money di kono. Omuninko. But the point is that President Mama Kwesi Botwey all kind President Mama promise. Reset agenda no or kind baby or casa President Mama say obey reforms in cocoa sector no officers are reforms in the President Mama Ayeh no sa cabinet meeting no into a kind then kwa want you because President Mama say but so obey revive no reform in cocoa sector. Has he not done that? Now PBC ebe yejuma now say MZ 2-3 days ago PBC for quite the statement by say o ma biebie o mo nkrabata across Ghana mo kra na mo publish join news. Cocoa processing company. President Mama saw the 50% of cocoa beans in Ghana cocoa processing company. Or say you be raise your local cocoa bonds near their financing cocoa board. Said the cocoa board be 10 years around. Now we will not have a situation where cocoa board initiate cry a do baby cocoa board entimi so for asene. Eti Oma yomu anoma koko nekuni omuko nsuo neja no mako hono no ma ba na afo abeka say oh nsuo na yede na yesay me all the things we are saying because of how you mismanage cocoa board road contracts cocoa road so kwa 21 billion abana municipal muditua Obi it is 21 billion ni a car in 3 years or more crew year cocoa road so it is buy first castle the tuasa can it says can get to event to pharmacy kana. You people do all this. Now you commit this murder at cocoa board. I'm a cocoa board from and then I'm a cancer financial analysis cocoa board.
Have the roads been done or not?
Many of them they didn't do.
Okay.
Many of them, in fact, it is one of the reasons why IMF catch on some rationalize it 21 billion on the count to 6%. They didn't do it. It took Dr. Toforsen and Dr. Randy Abbey and you can say Rose Minister to rationalize it in a way about 4.35 and the other Sakanama roads and highways. Yes, I name when a cocoa bosso, a kai da cocoa bosso. Now cocoa board does not even have the necessary muscles to support cocoa farmers. In just about a few months, Autreba na abane ya de obetimi aye bia to say de makano. Na do baby na was say haircut na say the cocoa farmers. I don't think say you people have the moral right to comment on this matter. And Obi, I can tell you on authority say 2,500 Ghana cedis no. To say the president Mama can say you fan parliament then koye no bill say cocoa farmers will get 70% of FOB price no. Ye koye ni no cocoa prices e kosra. It will be more than 3,600 do you know. It will be more than that. because President Mahama firm promise say abey automatic will be automatic where say subject to discretion. A new cocoa board bill will be sent to Parliament to make sure say deal with the Baba. So going forward, they will even be getting more. But even 3,100 NPP before Jai, some ran on years had an obi. No inflation, that's saying. Obi na cement, you're saying. Because that time, when I saw 3,100, then to be to cement bags only by 24. And I'm not going to about 30 or 31. Fuel, dollar. Near market to get more and one is animal winning. Nobody is saying, say, baby, I do it. But the point I'm making is that President Mama, the reforms and initiatives, no problem. Just a few seconds. President Mama, the reforms and initiatives, as far as cocoa is concerned, it is my strongest belief. Okay. So going forward, cocoa farmers will be better off under this NDC regime. What is NPP's solution to this matter? The only solution is that we should go to IMF back again. And when Bosia, their government was characterized by Bosia, even at the time, I'm for Breno. They were investing in needless projects like Cancer, National Cathedral, and what have you. And they are the ones coming to advise a new government on this matter. And to be Doctor Yene Equiafor, Eyadjin, the Omokanina, by Ajiatum. We respect them and we understand every situation. And we are sorry about it because President Mama. And your intention is say obey BBC. Now, Empenyo say Abasa. Now, on the Mrashe, Emremu say, Yakoyanimno, incrementally because of the automatic adjustments, cocoa farmers will reap significant benefits.
Lawyer Kwesi Botwey Jr.
Obi, from all indications, it is clear that President Mahama an intention. Say cocoa for number call or how Obi, there has been so many times I make him a cocoa ball with German so no. Above form. This is not the first time I decline to say above form so many, but government at the and she share two more holding impact na say na be ya cocoa farmers no and failing impact. President Mahama an intention say omobebre. Now Obi, just so you know, wouldn't say na cocoa equiafo a demonstration. Was there a deputy PRO and a co-receive you? Wouldn't say ordinarily say ye penny papa mo na say cocoa equiafo na say aban we ebu cocoa equiafo and your deputy PRO na nke wasan cocoa share cocoa equiafo no. But one will be sending me Madam for you VIP bus sending me message here from Seshi to Accra 9 hours 11 hours. And no can yes traffic in on a very good day, but there are traffic woman is close to 13 hours from Seshi also to Accra. And the Obi some penny for quite 13 hours about bedroom cry. And the Cocoa Board CEO deputies train no more, say deputies 2 say train no more. The executive board of Cocoa Board no more. To the extent say deputy PRO and also co receive cocoa farmers. Now clearly you could see say abai we omu cocoa equiafo no. Omu minka say deputy PRO no nsem fatawo. But share the magnitude and the severity of issue in nkrofo abana. Awasanka obi a oka part of the decision making body ne ho and the co receive omaka asempa pato omakoma so. Deputy PRO on decision making body ni ho cocoa board and it say you kofa adwen say and then anase chena say ne betu cocoa for deputy PRO on kan bi until the fact that mama na kwakwo hia omokra no is a very wrong indication. Secondly, cocoa for suni ade ni cocoa board CEO no ni Ghana ha we tu kwan oni Ghana ha cocoa board CEO we tu kwan oni Ghana ha he's out of
enne aye ka say
cocoa board CEO ni Ghana we tu kwan.
Yes, say be a juma na.
All consult the first class evidence. First class. Obi,
I will not sit here and allow Kwesi Botwey to make this argument. What is the meaning of first class? But the president has to be that. Oh, master propaganda near too much.
Dr. Sammy Ayeh.
Where lawyer?
Lawyer Kwesi Botwey.
Obi,
you know the rules of engagement.
Obi,
who evidence to prove? Who evidence are then you
withdraw it.
You withdraw.
I will not withdraw it. Obi. It is not for me to publish somebody's plane ticket in the seat or team.
Now you've already
online. But the point out, yes, Mr. Wafa first class, but it is not. How do we ascertain it? Obi. No. Until until you are able to give any information to the contrary, to establish the American. That is the fact. Obi, he who alleges must prove.
Okay, maybe. Kwesi, Tobo. Kwesi, oh, evidence that. Facts them.
Obi, I am. Oh, Sammy Ayeh, what is this?
No, the microphones are off. Sammy Ayeh, relax. Sammy Ayeh, doctor. Sammy, respect the listeners and respect me. Lawyer Kwesi Botwey, Randiabe Eni Ghana, you've said that.
The means of movement.
Yes.
Airline or they
And I'm saying, share. Let me see it. If you don't have that evidence now, you withdraw it. We don't have to belabor this point. If you have the evidence, show it to me. I will not put it out.
We don't have to.
Yes. Because you could still have made your point that only Chrome without the claims of affairs, you could still have made the point. Especially when you don't have the evidence. Kwesi. Okay, Mepa. On the respectfully, show it to me. Respectfully. And I'm saying, respectfully, show it to me. Respectfully, my learned colleague, respectfully show it to me. Tobo. The microphone is off.
Next week, I am putting together a petition to the president.
To ask why
and to inquire why at a very important period. Obi, can you call Sammy Ayeh to order? No, Obi, with all due respect, I'm not going to entertain this heckling from Dr. Sammy Ayeh. It is gross disrespect. Obi, you have to call him to order. You are the captain of the ship. Call him to order.
Of course.
What kind of unnecessary attitude is this?
Let me call you to order.
Obi, no, the point I'm making is that.
No,
Obi, the point I'm making is that. Obi, no.
But so first class, you have to prove with
Obi, Obi, Sammy Ayeh Kawahani, Obi, I know what some evidence.
No.
I don't know who be some evidence. All case cocoa board syndicated loan sentiment and who be for evidence. I'm asking you.
Finance Ministry had to break finance by $70 million.
He's made this comparison. He's made so many assertions. Who be for evidence? Obi, the point I am making is that I have made the point.
Hold on.
I have made the point. Obi.
Okay, say only Chrome had a man for evidence, bro. We say Oko first class. And I'm say for evidence.
And NDC for more and then NDC for swab and name tarnish and say me embarrass you. Evidence.
I thought you were showing it to me.
Oh, I have it, but I will not give it. No, Obi, I will not. No, but Obi, it's up to me to withdraw. Not say anybody. If it is a lie, I will withdraw it. Obi, I do not have a problem. Say me kasema enima, me kasi wasema me kai enima, I will withdraw it. But once me kasema a fact, I will not withdraw a fact. That I will not withdraw.
Only you.
Absolutely. Nobody can. Obi, absolutely. And until anybody is able to provide any evidence to the contrary, say Dr. Randiabe Ekono or tonight economy flight money the call. Yeah, what I say remains the truth.
Contrary evidence.
What I say remains the truth. Obi, what you know, Obi, what I Obi, let me continue. Obi, respectfully.
Obi,
and akwantu na all corner so no. Akwantu na all corner. E koko for koko ekuafo, koko board sika. And omudi tua for the air ticket no. A cocoa board sika no mudi tua for the air ticket.
A private trip and in his capacity as cocoa board CEO.
Oh, send you a cocoa board CEO. Intend the cocoa board CEO not to cocoa board CEO. Obi, so what I say. And it is not for me to know what he's going to do. And the official or the private matter. Say be as be okwa na pom dia na bibia na asem. And but the fact is that and na ye kase ya cocoa board. Any cocoa for the cocoa sector is in crisis. Cocoa farmers are dying. Cocoa farmers are suffering. Cocoa farmers are crying. Cocoa farmers cocoa farmers families say at this point as our money near El Cosono. The cocoa board CEO is not in this country. We're too quiet at the expense of the cocoa farmer. The Tosumieno at the timer Obi.
Yes.
Cocoa board. Cocoa ekuafo ho kire omo no megidi se na no hu letter bi omo se cocoa ekuafo no yate omo cocoa board workers no omo salary ni ade yate so onim se omo te so 10% no o calculate sika cocoa ekuafo no onim and na make kire say workers no invite leadership for meeting say anke na Friday omo person omo ni cocoa board CEO tu kwan no omo se cocoa board CEO tu kwan
but what's he on it to go? He's out of the jurisdiction. I make our only mediate. Yeah, say. Wow, to first class. Let's not go back. Obi, let's not go back. Obi, but how do you know whether he's even on an official trip to make sure? You see. Obi. The second point I want to make is that about allowance the carty almost on what is with 10%. Unim say oye mass na from 3,600 to 2,587. Now unim say no 28%. So whilst the cocoa farmer is suffering a haircut of 28%, almost a cocoa staff no senior staff no unim say almost salary no between 10,000 Ghana cedis to 25,000 Ghana cedis. Say you know it. Say Cocoa Board answer na beka to a senior staff no o salary o je 25 million. 25 million. And no you be some out car SUV 4x4 I buy the tofu 25,000 Ghana cedis.
250 million.
250 million OCDs. Oh yeah, Cocoa Board executive ubeji 250 million bosumi bia ubeji 250 million OCDs obi and no cry the allowances in ho because on your amount light allowance, your amount food allowance, your amount entertainment allowance. Say when you beje obesa cry your amount allowance atadia obeshe your amount allowance Cocoa kueni no ono ne de kakra obenya 3,600 no ya tesu 28% about 2,587 obi adie we ye didi we be yode adie we didi we be yode aban we ya aban a aban ne nkrofo do mutirimu adin omunko omo no modwen obi aban we nkrofo omunko omo no modwen ene Dr. Sammy Ayeh dollar above form so next 40 fie next for munya adwuma nyom tifie dollar above form teacher 40 fie na no ya me hu say yes ebinim kura ba be cost strike unless for ni bi eba be cost strike say aban ntimi ntiombo dollar above form nanso obi enyoma bo kosoro insu affairs ni eto no 2 cedi 50 pesos ni sisi eto no 4 cedi 50 pesos so be na eto no 4 cedis me pese me bo brand bi edi but it is a known fact about water bo akosoro it's a known fact obi ebiem ene school fees ukọ Lagos na unim say University of Ghana or moto school fees mo nanso we no credit dollar abafo but University of Ghana school fees kosoro ene ya tunka ni emu by 28%. Ghana for a first no say auto prepaid I say nche bia na sa umita no fault bia amba ye menko fe electrician bia mani beju sekendi first no say auto prepaid 100 cedis nebe edubedi 1 week and I say 1 month I say auto prepaid 100 cedis edubedi 3 days if you say buy na tunka ni emu by 28%. First no water bill ani e de brow 200 cedis a month no say na beba na 500 cedis a month usu no leakage bia ni bia aban na tunso mu by 14%. Enti obi aban ne dia hotre ena aba to Ghana for so yentu salaries mu yentu bibia mu nanso yetu utility tariffs mu koko for su driver for su amanfo na nje driver for su na nje driver na for aba for na nje driver for masa debi na nje baba ya try ma sabe rame wa ha no tese na nje obi nje ye to petrol transport first ministry exchange mu mo complain o Sammy Ayeh who say show no o kasa na me ma respect na ba na design discipline we ba ha this is so this is gross indiscipline. Obi, this is indiscipline. Obi, this is gross indiscipline. What kind of indiscipline is this? This is arrogance of power. Obi, arrogance of power.
Ena yakọ akwakoti edi abano enti wankasa wohu de ekọ wankasa ti wohu de ekọ de mekan no no kware ananye no kware de mekan no kware ananye no kware. Just look at how Obi is being biased. Just look at how Obi is interrupting Sammy Ayeh whenever he's making serious points. Just look at how. I will be interrupting on person bekasa, on person be expose the previous government NPP. Because you can't cocoa once a month, you can't speak about cocoa production. You can't speak about cocoa board without bringing NPP's previous government into the matter. Obia obeka kire Ghana ni se sisi cocoa asema ye kan ma ye kan NPP asem won nipa kro onim politics na onim politics nipa kro hypocrite onye hypocrite ane nipa kro enim de oye nya atwem because ye start free baby ye kwa kuwie baby eye den na sambria me no kase eni cocoa board eni ahoden even journalists free joy FM I just something in ofri multimedia honum ekobisa Dr. Alhaji Bomia question so ura cocoa board is at the verge of collapsing. Bomia si onim as a vice president and aspiring for president, you don't know say we sector B key sector B a boama mine economy gina so key sector B a boama mine economy e gina banana no sika e wo honum chese enime wo honum e say usi wunim. Is this responsible presidential candidate? Is this responsible Ghanaian that you should what hand over Ghana to? I'm just asking. I'm just asking. Sometimes you don't really understand. And we are praying. A bonfire. Say 2028 ever. And we are going to make points from this. 2028 back. Some of us you see last elections, before elections, and they begin us so and they make points. Some of us we are going to based on it. We are going to what? Based on it. And we will make sure we will prove a point. We will make sure we will prove a point. Because we can't be in this country. NPP for between futuro e de Ghana for any. We can't be in this country. NPP for ebe can sema any. We can't be in this country. NPP for ebe act as if say omo ye angels. Meanwhile, in last 8 years in your government, you spent 8 good years. What did you do for Ghanaians? Then na moye na ene Kwesi Botwey akwada ketwa betina radio so e kasa as if say Ghana ni shewum e kasa as if say Ghana ye ne dia. All in the name of Bomia and a washe de kutupa and a wabetna onum and a okasa. Na yenye journalist bi nso a ono nso eye MPP ni tatahwe ono nso te honum na tribal sentiment aye na adwemu ma tribalistic aye na adwemu mantero ono nso te honum na o defend no otono na o defend no kware da ho enso obi se menka I will defend my political party any day, anytime, anywhere. Ebina omahine Kwabena Santi and why usually journalism. Was there no Kwabena Santi? Obia muno, but papa we share journalism as a chat on a kaba. Omahine Kwabena Santi. Or share journalism as a chem, or share journalism as any name on a kaba, the late kaba. But because of Adwemboni, because of Muyo, because of Enema Sebinya, any sika bribe on Jintino, Omun looking relevant, always they are supporting one political party, which is NPP. Ntiyen kasa ine ukuruma, yedi enisi efye. NPP 4 today 28 message on the beba abe catch Ghana for ye dey see ehwe do things say be ejimi ene wokuruma do things say be adwenye adwuma do things say we are gullible they happen o maba mu enema mo yeye ene you are here act as if nothing happened in your government Kwesi Botwey nya akwada o wo yakwada kete wo Ghana politics Kwesi Botwey nyame na ye wadom ena wakoka bobia ene koro no ena ma wo ene waye arrogant nka wo Kwesi Botwey wo yakwada kete wo politics ena wabetina radio so ena wo kan de di ho ene de ho nyina eka ho all in the name of say wo ye aid to bawmia enti no wakata woni na wo di ntro ko bisa de unka say adubu ya abo anyo se hwan former aid to bawmia owura no wu ye ko bisa utim dia go and ask the bushafo what happened to him eti tenase na yaku akukutisem na tenase na yo ho I mean na kadi ni ne die wo nyina why Kwesi Botwey you know na kadi ni die wo nyina kira wadwo comment section nim yakopon enka na onhyira mediana baka makra bye bye